have an agreed temporary order in a petition, the state's petition to establish the parent-child relationship. If I could read the agreement.
You may.
And so, Judge, just so the court's aware, Ms. Chen is here. She was able to go through the terms of the temporary order. The case is being reset, though, because we're only going to do a temporary order to establish and to set temporary child support so that we can request an interpreter. She stated that she prefers to have an interpreter to address the issues of conservatorship and possession and access, and she would need a Mandarin interpreter for that on the reset date.
Okay.
And so the state's requesting that it be reset to June 23rd, 2025 for the final.
Okay, you may state the terms of the order.
Thank you, Judge. I'd offer a State's Exhibit A, the DNA results for the child in the case that do not exclude Mr. Grajales as the father of that child.
State's Exhibit A is admitted.
Thank you, Judge. Parties agree, as far as a temporary order, that the mother would provide the medical insurance through another source, that Mr. Grajales would pay $155 a month beginning April 1st, 2025 in cash medical support. Parties agree to child support at 20% of $726 a month, also beginning April 1st, 2025. Judge, the mother is requesting that her address not be listed. I'll take testimony, and that's the extent of the order.
Okay, so mom is maintaining medical through another source. And what
Yes,
was the
Judge.
cash medical support?
$155 a month.
And the child support was $726 per month?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. You may call your first witness.
I'll call the mother. Ms. Chen, can you state your full name?
Yes, my name is Jiangrong Chen.
And Ms. Chen, you understand that we're just going to do this temporary order today, and then we'll come back for the final on June 23rd?
Yes, I know
Okay.
that.
Yes, and we're going to have an interpreter for you on that day to address the other issues.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay. And did you hear the terms of this temporary order?
Yes, I hear that he will afford 157 plus 726 altogether, right?
Okay, you agree with those terms of the order that he's going to pay cash medical of $155 a month? You agree to that?
Yes.
And you agree he's going to pay the child support of $726 a month?
Yes.
Okay. And you don't want your address in this court order?
Yes.
Okay, why are you asking that your address not be listed?
Because for safety of me and my child.
What safety concerns do you have?
Because at the beginning of coming here, he kind of say something not very good to us, so I don't want to release it.
Has he threatened you? Has he made any verbal threats to you?
To me, it's kind of like that.
I object.
And I have all the words in.
Okay, Miss Chen, you have to be specific as far as your request for not wanting your address listed. You have to tell the court why you don't want your address listed in the order.
I'm sorry, Judge, but our case is a little bit complicated. He has done everything he wanted. Then he told us to break up with us. I mean, with me. I'm fine if he wants to break up with me, but at least he needs to provide for his kid.
Ms. Chen,
Okay,
that's
Ms.
what we're doing today. We're putting orders in place for him to provide for his child. But
That's-
why doesn't he have the right to know where she lives?
Because by his previous talking with me, his ways and his to me that's verbal. I think that's verbal threatening. So to protect his own profits, so I don't want him
Has
know.
he ever followed through on any of those threats?
What do you mean by that?
Has he ever, you say he threatened you. Has he ever done anything to you? Has there been any physical violence?
Oh no, not yet. Because he cannot, because I didn't tell him my new address. And I didn't.
But when he knew where you live, was there any physical violence?
No, no,
Okay, when he knew where you live, did he threaten you with physical violence?
not physical violence, but just a verbal threatening.
Okay. You may proceed, Ms. Peoples.
Judge, I'll pass the witness and call the father.
You may.
Mr. Grajales, can you state your full name?
Willis Dennis Grajales.
And Mr. Grajales, as far as the order today, you understand we're doing a temporary order to establish you as the father, and we're just going to set temporary support. You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
And that you all will be coming back on June 23rd for the final order?
Yes, June 23rd. That's correct. Yes, put it here.
And are you in agreement with the terms of the temporary order?
I'm in agreement. We can probably talk after when they get a translator, and then maybe because I have a small business, and we'll talk about that. For right now, to help is fine. I'm okay, but we can talk about how maybe just rearranging certain things, and I could provide some documentation because I have a small business. I have to pay for the rent, but I don't want. I'm not going to be stingy. I'm going to provide, but of course, I want to have a good balance where I could still survive with a small business because we had to move from the JCPenney to.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Bernard. So I just want to make sure though, for this temporary order, you agreed to the cash medical of $155 a month, correct?
I will agree just to make it easy for everything. Yeah, for right now until June. Yes.
And you agreed to the child support of $726 a month?
If it could be adjusted because I have to pay, it's okay, but I don't want to make it more complicated. But if it could be adjusted a little bit, because I have to pay $1,600 in rent, for the small business, and I want to be able to make, and small business goes up and down. Like it's not consistent. You know what I mean?
So you want the court to lower the 726?
If it's possible, yes, if it's possible.
To how much are you asking the court to deviate?
Just maybe like $200 less.
And you're stating because you have to pay rent on your business?
Yeah, because we had extended expenditures between moving from one location to the other because of the sewage leak problem. So we moved, and then we have operational expenses that we have to make sure that everything's functional. We have to basically pay for equipment, pay for rent, gas in order for it to be functional, internet, fax, in order for it to run. And then, in businesses, especially small businesses, when they're, young, they have fluctuations between the year where, you have good days and then you have bad days, bad months, and you have good days. So there's not, and because we move, we have total loss. I mean, our taxes, we have total loss right now. Yeah.
Okay, and just so the court's aware, you're saying you had a flood or an accident at your location and y'all had to move to a new location, correct?
Yeah. There's an opening case right now because we leased a space in the JCPenney in Frisco, and there was a leak from the roof, and they said it was air conditioner condensation, but it ended up being sewage water. And I was sick basically the whole year with pneumonia and upper respiratory infection. So that case was actually on the 366 court. I had to submit a lawsuit because of that. Because they wanted to cover it up, but So there was a major leak going on over there. But then JCPenney said they leased it to somebody else, and that other person was the person that was responsible. So they filed a 91A on that. So it's just total expenses right now. Yeah.
And so just so you're aware, Mr. Crowell, so we calculated your income to include for your support, but you're wanting the court to deviate because you have additional expenses because of the move.
Yeah, not drastically, just a certain percentage, just to be fair. Everything has to be fair. Of course, she has a kid, and and it's she has to pay, and of course, but just a little bit,
Okay. And then you understand mom is wanting a non-disclosure, meaning she does not want her address listed in this court order. Do you agree with not having her address?
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, if she can disclose it to you guys, it's fine. They don't have to disclose it to me. I don't really mind. I don't understand the issue, but yeah, you can disclose it to the court if they need to. But to me, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
So how did y'all calculate his child support, Ms. Peoples, based on what?
So based on and Judge, he gave us a month worth of income. And so for this temporary order, we just based it on the past month of $4,500. He owns his own business and he's wanting it lower because of a move, Judge. But we didn't that wasn't considered. It was just based on his income for this past month.
I could provide so what happened was that if it's okay, is it okay for me to explain or?
You may go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. So during the time of October, I leased a space inside a
And
JCPenney.
you told us that already. You leased a space. There was a
Yeah.
problem with the space. You had to move. I thought you were going to give me some additional information.
Right. And so the expenditures between that and moving, that was the problem that occurred. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So I will accept the agreed portions of this order, make the agreed portions the order of the court, including the non-disclosure, Ms. Peoples. It's granted temporarily because I really haven't gotten enough information to grant it permanently. Okay. And but I will order child support at $726 per month. Is there anything further, Ms. Peoples?
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Grajales or Ms. Chen, do either one of you have any questions?
So right now, I have a question. So right now, how much he exactly will pay for us?
The medical support is $155 a month. The child support is $726.
Okay, I got it. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Because I kind of don't agree with him about what he talked about just now.
Ma'am, that's what I've ordered. If you don't agree with it, you can appeal it. You have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. Any other questions?
No other questions?
All right. Any questions from you, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then thank you both for appearing here today, and you're both free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day. Okay.
And Ms. Peoples, you may proceed, but I have one question. I thought we were supposed to have a interpreter in this case.
Yes, Judge, we were supposed to have an interpreter for Ms. Chen. We were prepared to do a reset. However, she wanted to proceed today. However, Judge, the state is gonna request one for a couple of reasons outside of just the interpreter as well.
Okay. Ms.
so-
Chen,
Yes,
you requested an interpreter, correct?
yes. Because I have been in the court for several times, and yes, I know you try your hard to find me an interpreter, but there's no interpreter for many times, and it's postponed for at least 3 months every time. So I'm really suffering from the whole process, and I just want to maybe at least make some improvement and put the end to this child support thing. I want to continue my life with my son.
And Ms. Peoples, you're requesting a reset for?
Judge, so I do think Ms. Chen would need an interpreter, and also, Judge, we did a temporary order establishing back in March. There was a pretty extensive hearing about income from Mr. Grajales. and it's gonna be another hearing as far as income. Ms. Chen and Mr. Grajales don't agree. The state doesn't have any income information. He owns his own business. So one, we will request a reset for Ms. Chen to have an interpreter, but also, Judge, just for income documentation for Mr. Grajales to provide since parties aren't agreeing. And I don't know if it needs to be referred to district court because the issue is the income, and he does have his own optometry business, and they're not agreeable on that. And we don't have any documentation from him, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Grajales.
Yes,
We will
Your Honor.
need documentation from you on your income. If it's tax records, whatever business documents you have that show how much your business makes. If you pay yourself a certain amount, we will need all of that. Okay, sir? So
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your
don't
Honor.
come back
There's
the
a
next time without it, okay?
Your Honor, but
Yeah.
he said he make no income.
Okay,
And
well, we know that's
he-
not true, Ms. Chen, but I am going to reset this one more time because I don't feel comfortable going forward without you having an interpreter, okay? And we will do everything we can to get you an interpreter for the next hearing, okay?
Okay, thanks a lot for that.
Yes,
I
sir.
really
Your
appreciate
Honor,
it.
I want to explain something. So I submitted some tax paperwork
Mhm.
as for an adjustment. The 2024, we've been postponing that, but it's not intentional. I got sick. I was in an office inside a JCPenney location, and there was a sewage leak, and because of that, people got sick, and I got sick too.
And you told me
Uh,
that the last time,
yes,
Mr.
yes, yes,
Morales. I need the information,
yes,
okay?
yes. Yes.
All right, thank you, sir.
S- uh,
Ms. Peoples, what day are we coming back?
Judge, so the
Hmm.
parties originally agreed to reset October 15th. I don't know if that's enough time to get an interpreter for Ms. Chen. That's a month away.
I'm not sure Ms. Davis is not on the call right now, so I think you might need to do a little further out.
Later out. Okay.
And besides that, I also need to set up the payback thing for him, for my son, because I already pay completely in advance for my son all the time while I was in China, and he always said, since you are in China, you need a
Ms.
net.
Chen, I don't even know what you're talking about right now, okay?
Okay.
I have no idea. And that's evidence that I am not prepared to hear today because we're not going forward today, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I just
And
request
I
that
have one question. Hold on, Ms. Chen. One
Okay.
question, Ms. Peoples. Is Mr. Grajales ordered to pay temporary child support?
Yes, Judge. So temporary
Okay.
child support has been set.
Okay, thank you.
And so, Judge, we'll just do the reset date from today's docket of December 3rd.
Okay. In this case, it's going to be reset to December 3rd, 2025 at 8:30 a.m.
And Your Honor, I because for this semester I'm going to graduate. I really don't know whether I will have time at till December, because that's a very pretty busy month for me, I think. So would that be sometime like earlier than that?
I can pick a
Well,
date in November.
Give
yes,
me
well,
a
I
date in
was
November. Okay, Miss Chen. Okay. Miss Peoples, give me a date.
November 12th.
Okay. So I'm going to reset it to November 12th. Everybody needs to come prepared to go forward on November 12th.
Can I request him to provide the evidence, like doing like
You
whatever?
can ask for discovery, Miss Chen, just like the AG can. You can file discovery and serve it on Mr. Grajales, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Your Honor, you just they just like provide like visiting time for my son. Will he like start to visit him?
I can't
Because-
tell you if he'll start to visit him or not. I can't make him visit. He just has a right to visit, okay?
Okay, because my son has been over here for almost 2 years. He never invited him to his house.
Miss Chen, you are telling me evidence. We're not having a hearing today, okay?
Okay.
That's stuff that you need to tell me in a hearing. All we're doing today is reset this, okay?
Okay.
All right. So this case is reset to November 12th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. You will both need to be present on that date and that time. If you're not, a default order can be entered against you. Do either of you have any questions? Not statements, questions.
Yes, I have a question. If there's no interpreter again, and if he didn't provide enough evidence again, how would I do? I don't want to. I don't want to have this hearing anymore.
Okay, we're going to go forward on November 12th, ma'am.
Okay. I anticipate that there will be no interpreter for today, and I decide to do it by myself. I cannot handle this anymore.
Ms. Chen, you might need to find your own interpreter. If you have a friend or someone who can interpret for you, just
Okay, I have a chat GPT. I can do that. And
okay, just in
I will-
case we
I
don't
will do
find
that.
one, okay?
Yes,
All right. All right, thank you. Anything else? All right, then thank you both for appearing here today, and you're both free to go.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Have a good day.